Hey guys, it's Maymay, and it's time for another scripture art journal week. And today's scripture, or this week's scripture, is John 3:30. Simple but huge. So here's the deal. This verse says, "He must increase, but I must decrease." Now, this verse is one that was written by John. If any of you know John, he was John the Baptist, and he was actually born to prepare the way for Jesus. He was a cousin of Jesus, which is even more interesting, and I'm very, very fond of John the Baptist, and he impresses me so much because his whole ministry, his whole life was to be a person who prepares people for the one that was coming after him, who he describes as greater than he. The one who comes after me is greater than me. And it's just amazing when you read about John the Baptist and how he lived his life and how some people thought he was the Messiah and even that that's what he was preaching, but he wasn't. He was preaching that Jesus was coming, the Messiah was coming. And it was interesting. I went in and did some research on this one and some commentaries because I thought there's got to be more to this simple verse than what I'm seeing. And sure enough, here's what I've discovered. The verse talks about that God must increase, that Jesus must increase. And what he means by that is Jesus's ministry, as Jesus was coming, he would increase throughout his life up until his death on the cross. So his ministry would increase. And as that happened, John's ministry would decrease because he would have basically done his work. His entire work was to lead people to Christ. So he would build Christ's ministry, help it to grow, and he would decrease as that happened. So a lot of times we think this just says Jesus must increase and I just must shrink down. Actually, what I'm hearing from this week is that I need to make sure that I am causing Jesus to increase in my life, even in a way where other people go, they see Jesus through what I'm doing and through the way I'm working, but they see less of me. So more Jesus and less of me. And I think I've had such a clear vision for this journal page this week. I've been excited to do it. This verse actually came to me in church last Sunday, and I took a picture of the scripture on my phone, and I remember thinking, I want to really focus on this week and increasing Jesus in my life so that other people see him and he continues to increase, but I continually decrease in that equation. Anyway, I'm really excited to show you what my vision is because I think it will be really clear. So for my scripture journal page, I've had a very clear vision of what I wanted to do. You see this huge he and this little bitty me. These letters I cut out on my Brother Scan and Cut. One of the cool things about the Brother Scan and Cut is you can just turn the machine on and there are built-in alphabets in the machine. So I didn't have to hook my computer up or anything. I just went straight to it and cut these letters out. So that's real convenient if you're in a hurry. I also wanted a background that was light and dark, but I didn't want to use black and white because I feel like I use that a lot and I'm trying to like branch out with colors and patterns. So I found this navy here and this lighter blue-green, and I thought that might be a cool way to kind of show lightness and, Jesus is the light of the world. So I want it to be light here and then dark here. Not because I'm dark. I want to be a light too, but I want to be smaller, and obviously so. So this is kind of the layout I'm planning. I'm going to glue these down first. Huge. I'm going to take the H and the E, and where this line is, I'm going to place them at the top. And I just cut these out to fit my journal. So if you're going to do this like I am with your Brother Scan and Cut, you want to cut these the size that you need based on your journal. Now, I also played around with my alphabet punch board. Let me grab that real quick and show you what that looks like. So this is the alphabet punch board, and it makes alphabet letters. They were a little too large for my book, but they were easily cut down. I could just slice the edges and make them a little smaller. So I'm going to show you those, but I'm not going to use them. And I used black paper for them just as a test because I just wanted to see how they would look. But you could so do this with like your envelope punch board. I mean, yeah, your not your envelope, but your alphabet punch board. And I just trimmed them down a little to make them a little thinner. So you see how that works? So you can do it that way too if you have that punch board. But I wanted to try it with these kind of skinnier letters. All right, so I'm going to glue this one down onto the page. I decided not to do any inking at all on this page. I have always kind of used inking for separation and color and things like that. And I decided on this page, I don't want anything to interfere with the message I'm trying to remind myself, which is plain and simple, he is bigger than me. And I think that when I put this on, it will convey that message. I really think it'll be bold and graphic, and it'll do just that for me. And line it up here. I think sometimes simple, I mean, you guys know I'm a simple crafter anyway, and I think you guys notice in a lot of my journals I do a lot of simple things, but I feel like that's pretty graphic. You know, I really actually like this. I would like to have this on a canvas. I think this would be cool. I also cut out this tinier, little tiny, M and E. I think I cut those big letters at about 5 inches, and these guys were just slightly over an inch tall, I think. I don't know. I just kind of played around with it a little bit on the mat until I got it to where I thought it would work, and I like it. I really should have paid. Oh, nope, we're going to be good. I was like, I should have paid attention to the placement, but I think that's going to work. I love this. So for you guys who are concerned that your pages are too simple, never think that. A page should speak to you. Your journal pages should be something that when you look at it, you see what you were trying to convey. It's not for other people. Your journal is personal. So if you just do something super simple, that's totally yours, your right to do that because it's for you. Now I'm going to take, if I can find it, here it is, my white pen. And on this dark, dark blue, I'm going to put the scripture reference. So down here at the bottom, I'm going to write John 3:30. And I hope this speaks to you because that is how it should be. It should be he, the biggest part of our lives, and us, a smaller part underneath God's direction and letting him lead us too. This speaks in so many different ways to me. I could totally use this in my life many, many times. I hope you enjoyed that today. I hope it didn't seem too simple to you, but I just really wanted that look, and I think it works. If this is your first time joining us for our heart scripture journaling, I want to invite you to head over to our Facebook group, which is called Hide His Word in My Heart, and join in with us. You can create your own journal and do this just like we do. Each week, we start with H and we hear the word at the top of the page. We then use E and we experience the word here. This is my experience from the word. And then we art the word on the other side of the page. So check us out over on Facebook. There'll be a link below. I look forward to seeing what you guys create. And until next week, have a great one. Bye-bye.